Hi, Cliff Taylor here with Penrith Home Loans. Wanted to do a quick video regarding the concept of points and whether or not it's worth your while to spend some money to buy that rate down to a particular level. There's two different ways to look at that. There's a financial way of looking at that. There is, our economic way of looking at that is you measure how much you are paying in points with what kind of reduction that's making in the payment. And then calculate what that break-even point is to determine whether or not that meets your ownership goals for that particular home and making that money back by spending that much up front to lower that payment. Then there's the emotional way of looking at paying points. What's more important to you at the time that you're closing on that home? Is it more important that you have a payment that's going to be a little bit less, or is it more important that you have that cash left over in the bank to maybe do some things to that home or have some reserves as you accommodate or acclimate to owning a home if you haven't owned one before? Then there's the concept of sometimes we just have to buy points to get to where you want to be. I had an example this past week where a client was maxed out where she could qualify. Was out looking at homes and ended up falling in love with a home that was about 9% higher than where she maxed or where she could qualify. So she wanted to buy that home, and we could make that happen, but it required more cash. So one way to take that additional cash is just purely have it be that much more in down payment. And in her particular case, it was close to $18,000 in additional down payment to be able to capture that same payment that she qualified for at the lower price point. Then we looked at the value of buying points or paying points to lower that rate. So instead of coming in with about $18,000 in additional down payment to capture that same payment that she qualified for, we bought points and lowered the rate by almost a full point, and that points position was about 2%, and so that was about $6,000 in her particular case. So it was either come up with that additional down of $18,000, come up with an additional $6,000 to capture that same payment that she qualified for, and that's what helped accommodate her being able to buy a little bit more home. No two situations are the same. No two buyers are the same. So if you are trying to figure out whether or not there's some value in buying points and really maximize what you can qualify for in this very complex real estate market, feel free to give me a call. Again, Cliff Taylor, Penrith Home Loans, 509-468-7558. Thanks, and have a great day.